Now, this level of wealth and inequality is really out of control. It's sickening, it's disgusting. I can't even understand how people go to sleep. This whole system we have, globally, nationally, and locally, is just not working. Not just the energy sector. I'm talking about the resorts and hospitality sector. Nickel and diming, laying off people, putting workers and visitors under the bus. It's just absolutely ridiculous. And we're seeing that this management, run by Berkshire Hathaway, run by billionaires, it's just not working. It's failing. The system is cracking up. Honestly, this is a public utility company. This should not be run as a for-profit system, for heaven's sakes. This is a natural monopoly. That's why we have public utilities, just like streets and everything else. It's absolutely unbelievable. And I'd like to see a chart. Energy rates here. And I want to correlate it with median wages for an average person who lives here in Clark County and correlate it with inflation. And that's what I want to see, the whole enchilada, what's going on. Because I think most likely energy rates have been beating wages for the last 5 years or probably 30 years. Everything is going up. A lot of these costs should not be happening. Car insurance has been going up. For what? Has there been any investigation, any regulation? What more do you want? You know, so, and I'm not struggling. Some of us want more money to buy, stock market corrections. We want to start our own businesses. What about the people who want to be wealthy, like myself? Surely Buffett had a time when things were a lot easier 40 years ago. Seriously, and by the way, this car insurance issue, this along with the urban heat island effect, and I don't know if it really peaked 120, my phone's like 117, is a result of our urban planning system, transportation, land use, parking requirements, which mandates a lot more parking spaces, which raises temperatures. All of that has a significant impact. And I run a local chapter of Strong Towns in Las Vegas, which provides urban planning alternatives. With all these technologies that we have today, more efficiency, things should be getting cheaper, just like my smartphone, my laptop. And yet we have certain necessities, basic necessities, are getting more and more expensive, beating wages, unless if you show me the charts. We need to be producing buildings from the ancient times that can give people the ability to cool, lessening the need of air conditioning. And I'm concerned about alternative energies because I think the ones that will really provide a better bang for buck is geothermal. That's one of the things we've got to be looking at. States like California have one of the highest energy rates in the country. This is almost laughable. Is this happening? Am I in some kind of nightmare? Overcharging everything that's going on? Come on, seriously, what a joke. Thank you.
Last year, CEO Doug Kihuen pocketed $6.7 million Data families skipped meals to keep the lights on. You approved their 19.3% pocket guarantee while our bills skyrocketed 20%. Now they want $250 million more. This isn't economics, it's fact. You keep rubber stamping their demands, which tells the data exactly who you work for, and it's not us. We're not here to beg. We're here to remind you your authority comes from the people. Your job is to protect the public, not shareholders. 22% of Nevadans got shut up notices last year. $2.3 billion of our money went to fossil fuels instead of solar, and 3 of you used to lobby for utilities. So when you vote on this $250 million handout, remember this room. Remember the shut up notices you ignored. This question isn't whether NV Energy can afford less profit, it's whether you can afford to keep betraying the public trust. We demand you do the right thing.
Shocks with the conscience that NV Energy would steal from the data residents with one hand and then come begging with the other. Not one person in this gallery would think they could steal from their employer and then ask them for a raise. You should be ashamed. Nevada Energy is not a trustworthy partner. They're thieves, hiding behind a 40-year-old law to protect their ill-gotten gains. And in case your grandmother never told you this, that's wrong. And that's the new please reject this rate increase. Protect the public from this dishonest monopoly. Thank you for all the very important work you do.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Leticia, LET, ICIA, Lopez, LLP, EZ. I'm a lifelong Las Vegas resident, a single mother of 2 adult daughters who have moved back home due to the rising cost of living, and a full-time caregiver to my elderly parent. I'm also a proud community advocate, and like many Nevadans, I'm just trying to keep my family safe, healthy, and afloat. That's why I'm here today, to urge you to oppose Nevada Energy proposed rate hike. This isn't about numbers on a bill. It's about survival. A 9.5% increase may seem small on paper, but for households like mine, it's the difference between groceries or electricity, between paying rent or running the AC during 115-degree weather or more. We live in one of the hottest regions in our country. We've seen the tragedies. Seniors dying alone in stifling homes, families enduring power shutdowns or shutoffs at the peak of summer. Now, Energy wants to raise rates while turning record profits and rewarding shareholders. But what about us? What about the parents trying to shield their children from heat stroke? The caregivers like me doing everything we can to protect aging loved ones. Even our pets, our dogs and cats who depend on us, are suffering from this heat. They too are part of our families. They don't have a voice in this room, but I hope you'll remember them when you vote. This is more than a financial burden. It's a moral decision. We are not numbers on a spreadsheet. We are families, workers, elders, and caretakers. People doing the best we can in an economy that keeps pushing us to the brink. This rate hike would deepen inequity and force thousands of households into impossible choices. You have the power right now to be the firewall between greed and the people. So I'm not just asking you, I'm urging you. Stand with the people of Nevada. Say no to exploitation mass as infrastructure. Say no to profits over people. And say no to the rate hike. Thank you for your time.
Hello, my name is Rita Ransom, RITARANSOM. I have lived in Nevada since 1989. I have a rhetorical question to ask NV Energy. Are you deliberately trying to be the same as our federal government, meaning that you traffic in hatred and dishonesty? I hope not. You've listened to a lot of tales of woe tonight from poor people who cannot afford these incredible energy bills that they have talked about. We know that Las Vegas is one of the fastest heating cities in the nation. And so 120 degrees last July 7th could easily be replicated several times over this coming summer. Now, I happen to have solar on my roof, and I love it. And I resent the indication or implication that because I have solar, that somehow I'm forcing all the people who don't have solar to actually carry me. That is such BS. It is beyond comprehension. I ask that you please not approve this rate case. People are hurting right now, big time. And they're going to hurt more with these hundreds of dollars in power bills. Remember last year, 527 people died in Nevada because of heat? Well, we know that some of them was probably because they would not turn their air conditioner on because they couldn't afford it. And so you have the ability, because electricity is not a luxury, it's an essential, to save people's lives by not charging them with these ridiculous rates that you're asking for. I have some experience having worked in Southwest Gas's State Regulatory Affairs Department for many years. My focus was in Arizona, where they have demand charges and time of use rates. They hate them, and it really affects the way they live their lives. Don't do this to us here in Nevada. We deserve better. Thank you.